Good morning. I was going to give myself a sleep-in today because I was up really, really late yesterday. But I woke up by myself at 4 o'clock this morning without setting my alarm. And first I just rolled over because I had decided to give myself at least an hour, 2 hours more sleep. But my mind went going and I couldn't really go back to sleep. So I just got up and got dressed, and here I am. And now we're starting the soul walk of this morning. And something that was sort of marinating in my head was the word purpose. It's really windy today, by the way, so I'm going to see if my microphone is right there. I hope it's going to work. Anyways, so I was thinking about the word purpose, and this is something I've known soulfully ever since I was a little girl, that we all have a purpose. I've known and I felt that I had a purpose from a very young age. I mean, the first time I think I was 6 or 7, something like that, when I knew instinctively and soulfully that I had a purpose in my life. I didn't know what it was though, and I think most of us sort of walks blindly through life and knowing that we have a purpose, and that's why so many of us are unhappy because we haven't found our purpose yet, or realized what our purpose is, because it's already been given to us when we're born, you know. And I learned something yesterday, or I heard something yesterday for the first time, and it connected to my heart, and it clicked. I understood. And someone said that there are two things when we are being born into life. Something is broken that we are meant to mend, and we're all given a gift. And this whole thing with a gift that I've known it since I was a very young girl, that I had a gift. And I thought that my gift was my voice. And my voice in particular as a singer, because ever since I started sing, which I've done my whole life, but it all really changed when I was 12 years old, and I started to sing. Well, I didn't start singing. I started singing when I was very young, and I had that sort of urge. There was an urge for singing, and I thought that everybody could sing, which everybody can, but in a certain way. And but that was just because I was so young and I didn't understand. But when I was 12, what happened was that this singer here in Sweden, she won a music festival. She didn't win the Eurovision contest, but every country has the contest, and then they send the one that wins to the Eurovision contest. It's a singing contest. And she won, and her name is Carola. And I loved singing to her songs. And I remember the first time when I sang to her songs, because when you're a kid and you get together and you're miming. Like, you don't really sing out loud, you just pretend to sing, so you're mime. I had never understood what that was. I thought that you were singing out loud. That's what I did all the time. And that's when I first learned that I had a gift, because we sounded the same, her and I. But what I really believe, I'm sorry if you can't hear this so well because of the wind. I'm gonna be behind some trees soon. What I really believe is that it's not because I sounded like her, technically, that maybe moved people or touched people. I think it's because we had the same energy, the same touch from the wholeness or something. I'm trying to find a word to not sound too woo-woo. I think it came from the same place. Her singing and my singing was coming from the same place. And that's why I think people were touched and moved. And I've sort of realized and I've understood that's what still happens. I thought that I was going to be this great singer, this big famous singer. I thought that was my destiny. But then, due to some bullying in high school, and because here in Sweden, and I don't know if it's just in Sweden or if it's everywhere, but when you're really good at something, it's sort of a dagger in other people's eyes. You're not really allowed to be good at something, especially not knowing it and talking about it and loving it. Because every time I was on my way to sing, or I think I lit up. I loved it so much. And then other people want to bring that down because they don't have the light in themselves. And for a young teenager, that can be devastating. And it was to me, because they killed my love for singing. They killed it all, and I just stopped. I stopped singing. I didn't sing anymore, and ever since then it's been a trauma around singing. But I started singing a little bit 15, 20 years ago when I met my ex-boyfriend, who was a musician in Denmark, and I dared telling him that I was a great singer, and we started doing music together. And that love, that energy, that butterfly started again. And but then I stopped again when we broke up. And now I sing at weddings, christenings, and funerals for people that I love and care about, and who asks me. And for me, when I do that, I give the best from me, the biggest love. The greatest thing I can give from me is my singing, my voice, my soul, because it is part of my soul. Anyway, I wasn't going to talk about me, actually. I just wanted to share. I think it's important to know how you can get sidetracked from your purpose as well, and even when you know your purpose. But here's the thing. Yesterday I sort of realized a deeper thing with it. I've always known I had a purpose, but I didn't understand it fully. And the new thing that was added to the whole thing yesterday was the brokenness. That when we come to the world, there's something broken for us to mend. At first, when I listened to it, I thought it meant something broken within us. And maybe it is too, but there's something broken in the world. And every soul on this earth has a calling to mend what is broken. And some of us have the same calling, but we have it in different ways. And it's supposed to go through different routes. That's what connected yesterday. I had this huge aha moment when I realized that I was not born to come and fix something broken in me. Because when we're born, we're whole. We're completely whole. Every little kid is born completely whole. And then all the noise and physical and verbally and emotionally noise is filling the space in our lives and change us along the way. But it is something broken in the world. And I think we all can go like, yeah, seriously. We see it so clear today in the world that something is broken. And you've been given a gift. And that gift is not for you. I thought it was for me and for others, but I didn't really understand the way for others. But at the same time, I did understand. And I think now I understand more because I've been doing so much soul work. And because this gift, it's in the world. Word. It's in the word, gift. What do you do with a gift? If you buy a gift, well, you can buy a gift for yourself as well. But usually a gift is something that you give away to someone else. And that is your purpose. You're born to heal something in this world. And you've been given a gift. That is the purpose, that is the meaning, and the tool in how to heal the world. That is your gift. It's meant to be given away. And it sounds so grand and huge and big, and how the hell am I going to be able to heal the world? Well, it starts with your surroundings around you. And something that I was thinking about now in bed, we all know what it feels like when we meet people that are living their purpose. Because I think the first time when we are confronting with it, when we meet people that are living their destiny, that are living their purpose, is in school. I think we all can remember that teacher or those teachers. I think some of us probably come across 2 in our lifetime or even more. But you do remember that teacher where you felt seen, loved. That was this great teacher that just loved you, saw you, strengthened you, helped you, guide you. These teachers, they are living their purpose. And because the first person that came to my mind when I sort of realized that that's when you know that when you meet someone that lives its purpose is when you meet this teacher. And I was thinking about this woman, a soul friend. Her name is Caroline, and she lives up north, and she's a teacher, and she is the teacher. Everybody loves her. Every kid that's come her way loves her. From the A student to the D student, they all love her. She is living her purpose. She is sharing her gift, and she is healing and mending what is supposed to be mended and healed in the world. That's so simple. And then you continue and you start looking at the world, other people that you've met, and you just know that they're aligned with their purpose. They can be police officer, it can be social worker, it can be janitor, it can be whoever. And what they all do is that they see you, help you, heal you, show you, inspires you. You all know what I'm talking about. So, and for me, when I started marinating on this yesterday and going deeper with this yesterday, this tingling feeling inside of me started happening again. And when I feel that, I know I'm on the right track. I know that the truth, the universe, God, whatever, is revealing itself for me. And so I just had to share that with you guys, that we all have a gift, we all have a purpose, and the purpose is to mend something in the world. And you might ask me, well, how does that heal the world, being a great teacher? Well, when you touch someone, have you seen this movie? This was my son's favorite movie when he was a kid. I think it's called Paying It Forward. And it's about this little boy, I think he's 12 years old. And his class gets an assignment where they're going to come up with something that could change the world. And he decided that if he helps 5 people, and in order for him to help 5 people, they need to agree on helping 5 other people. And so on and so on and so on. That caused a ripple effect. A ripple effect that absolutely heals the world. So today I'm going to dive in. My purpose, into my purpose, and meditate a little bit more of it. I want to experiment, and I guess your question is, how can I find my purpose? Well, you know what? I'm going to save that for the next soul walk. And so with that, I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to tell you, go and find your purpose. Go and find your alignment. Go and find your gift. And if we stop and just, for the second, when you say, what is my gift? I think we all know what it is. But it's been sort of robbed from us in certain ways. Like for me with my singing, it was robbed. And I think that the kids that sort of did that to me, they were just tools for the ego or to dim the light for me. It wasn't their fault because they were lost themselves. Sometimes when we see someone that is beaming, and if we're miserable because we're not beaming, or if we're jealous or whatever it is, it comes from, and we dim someone else's light, it's because we want that light, and so we dim it for someone else when we can't find it in ourselves. And that is just sad. That is just sad. So, but it's our responsibility to find it again and lighten up again. That is our job. And it might be dimmed, but we need to do it. That's our responsibility in the world. And I think when we get so sidetracked and lost in this, that's when you grow bitter. Like my dad, he is the most bitter man I've ever met in my whole life. And now when I'm getting to know him as an old man, I've had many years without him. My whole childhood was without him practically. And already then he was so bitter and angry with the world. And he lost his light and his purpose. He just got so sidetracked and so angry with the world that he completely lost his purpose. And it is so clear now when I meet him, and it's so sad when I meet him that he's still so lost. I'm just going to share this because it was so painful. And you would think it's so easy to give someone a hug, and that everybody knows how to give someone a hug. My dad doesn't know how to hug someone, because every time when I leave him or when I see him, when I go to the home to visit him, which is unfortunately not that often, and I hug him, he doesn't know how to hug. It is the weirdest hug and most painful hug every time, and my heart breaks every time. He totally lost his purpose in life, and he might die and without living any of his purpose, and except for having me. So yeah, anyway, don't die without living your purpose. It's never too late. It's never too late. Try to find your purpose and live it. That's what you were meant to do. All right, guys, have an absolutely wonderful day. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Lots and lots and lots of love to you all. Kisses and hugs. Puss och kram. Bye bye.